All right, let's talk about something we've probably all run into by now. You ask an AI a question, and what you get back sounds brilliant, super detailed, totally authoritative. But then you go to double-check a fact, and whoops, it's completely made up. Welcome to the fascinating and honestly kind of unsettling world of AI hallucination.
This phrase just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's not just that the AI makes a mistake. It's that it does it with this incredible, unshakable confidence, like a world-class expert. It's almost like the AI doesn't know what it doesn't know, so it just fills in the blanks with stuff that sounds good. And that paradox, that confidence, is exactly what makes these hallucinations so tricky.
So, let's get specific. What are we really talking about here? Well, a hallucination is basically any output that looks right, sounds right, has the right format, but is just plain wrong. It's either factually incorrect or it's just nonsense. It's like the AI is literally dreaming up information just to plug a hole in its knowledge. Okay, so if we're going to fix this, we have to put on our detective hats. First, we need to learn how to spot these hallucinations out in the wild. And then, we've got to understand what's causing them to happen in the first place.
And believe me, the symptoms can be pretty wild. We're not talking about a simple typo here. We're talking about total fabrications. For instance, an AI might just invent a historical fact out of thin air. Or it might cite a research paper that sounds super legit, but surprise, it doesn't actually exist. For any developers out there, it might even dream up a programming function that'll just, well, break everything. It's basically telling a really convincing tall tale.
This all leads to the big question, right? Is the AI lying to us? Well, no, not exactly. It's a bit more complicated than that. So what's actually going on under the hood that causes an AI to just invent things out of thin air?
Well, the huge piece of the puzzle is us. Or, more specifically, the prompts we write. Just look at the difference here. A vague prompt like, "Tell me about AI," is like giving the model a blank check. It can pull from its entire, massive, and sometimes flawed memory. But a grounded prompt? That changes the game. By pointing it to a specific report, you constrain it. You've given it guardrails. It's forced to act like a research assistant, not a creative writer.
Now, it's not just about vague prompts. There are a few other culprits. The AI might just be missing the specific context it needs. Or, its training data might have a blind spot on that really niche topic you're asking about. Sometimes it tries to connect dots that aren't there. That's overgeneralization. And this is a big one. In a really long conversation, the AI can kind of lose the plot and just start riffing on its own previous answers, which might not have been right to begin with.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's get into the solutions. This is where things get really interesting, because we can actually do something about this. There are real, practical defenses we can build to make our AI systems way more reliable and trustworthy.
And it really boils down to a pretty straightforward three-step game plan. These are things you can actually do to seriously cut down the risk of hallucinations. So let's break each one down.
First up, and this is probably the most powerful tool we have, is grounding the model. A popular way to do this is with a technique called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG for short. Now, instead of letting the AI answer from its massive general knowledge, RAG makes it go to a specific private library of documents first. It finds the relevant info there and then generates its answer using only that approved material. And the best part? It gives you citations, just like a good research paper.
Step 2 is all about changing the AI's behavior. We basically need to teach it some humility. You can actually program the AI to cite its sources, and, this is the really crucial part, to just say, "I don't know," when the answer isn't in the documents you've given it. Think about it. An AI that can admit when it's clueless is 1,000 times more trustworthy than one that just confidently makes something up.
And finally, step 3. For really critical actions, like sending a company-wide email or making a purchase, you just can't let the AI run wild. You need a human in the loop. By building in approval checkpoints, you make sure that before an AI takes any significant action, a real person has to give the final okay. This simple step stops a hallucinated idea from becoming a real-world mistake.
So when you put all this together, the difference is it's night and day. A standard AI will give you this bold, definitive statement with absolutely nothing to back it up. But a grounded AI, it'll give you an answer, show you the exact quote from the source it used, and might even tell you if the information is a little ambiguous. So, which one would you trust with an important task? It's pretty obvious.
This all points to a really important shift in how we think about AI. Building better AI isn't just about making models bigger anymore. It's about making them more responsible, more transparent, and more reliable. That is the path forward to building AI we can actually trust. So if you remember just one thing, make it the simple mantra.
Ground, verify, and constrain. Ground the AI in facts, verify its answers with sources, and constrain its actions with checkpoints. That's the secret sauce for turning these confidently wrong machines into something genuinely helpful.
And that leaves us with a final, pretty big thought to chew on. The ultimate challenge here isn't just about making AI smarter. It's about making it more honest. We're not just building a better tool. We're trying to build a partner for our work. So the real question for all of us is, how are we going to engineer not just intelligence, but trust itself?